tell him. I've been waiting here for you." "Where is Venters?" "I left him in the courtyard." "Here, Jerry," called Tull, turning to his men. "Take the gang and fetch Venters out here if you have to rope him." The dusty-booted and long-spurred riders clanked noisily into the grove of cottonwoods and disappeared in the shade. "Elder Tull, what do you mean by this?" demanded Jane. "If you must arrest Venters, you might have the courtesy to wait till he leaves my home. And if you do arrest him, it will be adding insult to injury. It's absurd to accuse Venters of being mixed up in that shooting fray in the village last night. He was with me at the time. Besides, he let me take charge of his guns. You're only using this as a pretext. What do you mean to do to Venters?" "I'll tell you presently," replied Tull. "But first tell me why you defend this worthless rider." "Worthless!" exclaimed Jane indignantly. "He's nothing of the kind. He was the best rider I ever had. There's not a reason why I shouldn't champion him, and every reason why I should. It's no little shame to me, Elder Tull, that through my friendship he has roused the enmity of my people and become an outcast. Besides, I owe him eternal gratitude for saving the life of little Fay." "I've heard of your love for Fay Larkin, and that you intend to adopt her. But Jane Withersteen, the child, is a Gentile." "Yes, but, Elder, I don't love the Mormon children any less because I love a Gentile child. I shall adopt Fay if her mother will give her to me." "I'm not so much against that. You can give the child Mormon teaching," said Tull. "But I'm sick of seeing this fellow Venters hang around you. I'm going to put a stop to it. You've so much love to throw away on those beggars of Gentiles that I've an idea you might love Venters." Tull spoke with the arrogance of a Mormon whose power could not be brooked, and with the passion of a man in whom jealousy had kindled a consuming fire. "Maybe I do love him," said Jane. She felt both fear and anger stir her heart. "I'd never thought of that. Poor fellow, he certainly needs someone to love him." "This'll be a bad day for Venters unless you deny that," returned Tull grimly. Tull's men appeared under the cottonwoods and led a young man out into the lane. His ragged clothes were those of an outcast, but he stood tall and straight, his wide shoulders flung back, with the muscles of his bound arms rippling, and a blue flame of defiance in the gaze he bent on Tull. For the first time Jane Withersteen felt Venters' real spirit. She wondered if she would love this splendid youth. Then her emotion cooled to the sobering sense of the issue at stake. "Venters, will you leave Cottonwoods at once and forever?" asked Tull tensely. "Why?" rejoined the rider. "Because I order it." Venters laughed in cool disdain. The red leaped to Tull's dark cheek. "If you don't go, it means your ruin," he said sharply. "Ruin!" exclaimed Venters passionately. "Haven't you already ruined me? What do you call ruin? A year ago I was a rider. I had horses and cattle of my own. I had a good name in Cottonwoods. And now when I come into the village to see this woman, you set your men on me. You hound me. You trail me as if I were a rustler. I've no more to lose, except my life." "Will you leave Utah?" "Oh, I know," went on Venters tauntingly. "It galls you, the idea of beautiful Jane Withersteen being friendly to a poor Gentile. You want her all yourself. You're a wiving Mormon. You have use for her, and Withersteen House, and Amber Spring, and 7,000 head of cattle." Tull's hard jaw protruded, and rioting blood corded the veins of his neck. "Once more, will you go?" "No." "Then I'll have you whipped within an inch of your life," replied Tull harshly. "I'll turn you out in the sage, and if you ever come back you'll get worse." Venters' agitated face grew coldly set, and the bronze changed. Jane impulsively stepped forward. "Oh, Elder Tull," she cried, "you won't do that." Tull lifted a shaking finger toward her. "That'll do from you. Understand, you'll not be allowed to hold this boy to a friendship that's offensive to your bishop. Jane Withersteen, your father left you wealth and power. It has turned your head. You haven't yet come to see the place of Mormon women. We've reasoned with you, borne with you. We've patiently waited. We've let you have your fling, which is more than I ever saw granted to a Mormon woman. But you haven't come to your senses. Now, once for all, you can't have any further friendship with Venters. He's going to be whipped, and he's got to leave Utah."